Card trick. Street magicians are quite good when handed a deck of playing cards. Here, we'll look at a famous card trick where a magician tells one of the spectators to select any card they want and keeps it on the top of the deck. The magician then signs down that card face up and shows it to the spectator in a smart way. Thereafter, he keeps that signed card face down and puts it in the middle of the deck. The magician then squares up the deck, snaps his fingers, and what do we see? The signed card instantly jumps from the middle onto the top of the deck in a magical way. So, how did the magician achieve the jump effect? Well, before revealing the secret, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you get instant notifications of our new video uploads. Now, let's quickly get to the secret. The trick uses a very famous sleight of hand card technique known as the double lift. It's a technique by which the identity of the top card is kept secret by lifting the top two cards as one, making it seem as if only the top card is picked up. So after signing the card, when the magician picks the card, he actually performs a double lift and shows that card to the spectator. Here, he even folds the card in a smart move, so that both the cards now have the same unique crease mark. He then places the card face down. The actual signed card is now placed second from the top of the deck. In his next move, while placing the card in the middle of the deck, he simply removes the topmost card, which is another card, and places that card instead in the middle of the deck. Now this leaves the signed card, which he had shown to everyone, on top of the deck. Here, the folded crease mark convinced everyone that the card in the middle is the actual signed card. So now, the trick becomes easy. He squares up the deck, snaps his fingers as the card pops up to create this amazing effect. At number 4, the Headless Man trick. This incredibly cruel-looking trick has creeped out a lot of people for years. Here you can see a headless man roaming on the streets just like any other random guy. And when the headless man comes at night, then surely many people will have nightmares. At most times, this trick is performed as a scary prank, but there is still a secret to it. So, let's see how this illusion works. Obviously, the performer is wearing a specially designed prop which was placed at the top of his head. Here's how the costume is created. For the top part of the costume, a very thick and sturdy cardboard is used and cut into a T shape. To make sure that the man is standing up straight, some bulk is filled around his shoulders, and a metal ruler is attached at the back so that the prop doesn't bend. So the performer puts the prop on top of his head, then wears a long jacket around the fake neck, and also pulls his pants up high. Now the long sleeves of the jacket help in covering his arms and make it seem like a tall man. Sometimes the top part of the chopped off neck is colored dark red to make the illusion look real. At number 3, the invisible chair illusion. It is an amazing illusion that's been fooling people for hundreds of years. To the spectators walking on the streets, it appears as if the man is levitating in the air and comfortably sitting on an invisible chair. The magician can even lean forward quite magically in one of his moves. So, how does he do it? Well, here's the secret. Contrary to the belief that the man floating has supernatural powers, there's a gimmick involved in this illusion. Yes, the floor has 2 nails affixed and concealed under it. Now the magician has a mechanical prop strapped to one of his legs, and it can be adjusted at various angles which supports his body weight. The base of the prop covering his shoe has a groove near the heels, which would get connected to the nails and shift his center of gravity the way he wants. Nowadays, few companies even manufacture a specially designed chair, which is also capable of replicating the invisible chair illusion. At number 2, the earphone cutting trick. Now the trick you've all been waiting for. Most of you must think of this trick as a famous prank performed on the streets, in which a person daringly goes on to cut the headset of any random person. Well, you're correct. This trick is most often performed as a prank. However, we'll look at the magical side of this prank and see how this magician cuts the cords of that headset and magically restores it back to amaze everyone around. So, is there a trick involved in the act? Yes, here's the secret. The cord which the magician cuts is not the one which belongs to the spectator. Rather, the magician has another small dummy piece of the cord hidden in his left-hand fist, and this small piece of cord forms the key secret of this act. Now, once he grabs the spectator's earphone, rather than bringing it up, he holds the middle part of the cord hidden in his fist. At the same moment, he pulls the loop of that small dummy piece up, and instead cuts that extra piece of cord. The spectators here are convinced that he has indeed cut the actual cord. Now, to restore the cord back, all he had to do was hide those torn dummy pieces back into his fist and quickly reveal the actual cord to make this amazing illusion possible. So finally, the number 1 street magic on our list, vanishing cigarette out of thin air. Imagine offering someone a cigarette which instantly disappears. This is exactly what this street magician does. He holds a cigarette in his hand up close to the spectator. He then magically waves his hand as the cigarette vanishes into thin air right in front of them. To make it even more interesting, he makes the cigarette reappear back with another magical wave of his hand. So, how did he do it? Well, this trick can be performed almost anywhere with bare hands. To make the cigarette vanish into thin air, we'll look at his left hand from the side angle. At first, he pushes it down and instantly slides it into the finger palm of his right hand, and reveals it later with that hand. Now the cigarette is in his right hand, so to make the cigarette reappear back, at this moment, he slides it into his left hand, shows the right hand is blank, and then magically brings it back to end the trick. So guys, hope you got the secrets behind the world's most famous street magic tricks. Which trick did you like the most? And name any other trick you would like us to reveal. Tell us in the comments below.